So once again welcome back. In the last lecture we completed the discussion on static characteristics of the instrument, in which we learn in detail about the concept of relative static error, then how to calculate percentage relative static error, then the concept of accuracy, then the concept of loading effect, then sensitivity, precision, then resolution, then the concept of dead time, dead zone, what is the meaning of scale range and scale span. Now in this lecture we are going to deal with the classifications of error. As I told you that error is nothing but the difference between the measured value and the true value of a given quantity. So the difference between measured value and true value is nothing but error. But in the domain of measurement, error are broadly classified into three main categories. The first one is called as gross error, second one is systematic error, and third one is random error. Now what is gross error? This type of error, or you can say that this class of error, includes the error which occur in a measurement process because of human mistakes. For example, if the observer makes some mistakes while recording a reading or while taking a reading of unknown quantity, then the error occur because of human mistake that we are going to consider in gross error category. For example, if you are trying to measure a current flowing through a circuit, and suppose the actual value of circuit current is say 2 ampere, but because of my vision problem, if the experimenter, or you can say if the observer read this 2 ampere current as 3 ampere, then in that case this error is called as gross error. In the same way, if you take an example that we are trying to measure the temperature of some room, and with the help of say thermometer, we got the reading of temperature as 21.5 degrees Celsius. Now because of what we can say observer mistake, it may possible that he may read this 21.5 degrees Celsius as 31.5 degrees Celsius. So in this case, whatever the error occur because of human mistake, that error we are going to take in account via gross error. Now frankly speaking, there is no exact what we can say technique to define the magnitude of this gross error, because it totally depends upon the mistake of that particular experimenter, and as there is no specific technique to determine its magnitude, hence it is impossible to do the mathematical analysis of gross error. But there are some technique with the help of which we are in a position to minimize this error during measurement process. And what are those techniques? The first technique is that we need to be very careful while taking the reading of unknown quantity. So first thing we need to do is we need to be very accurate while taking or while measuring the value of unknown quantity. So accuracy is very important. Second thing is that we need to take at least 2 to 3 or more than 3 reading of unknown quantity with the help of different meter, by changing experimenter if possible at different reading point, and finally we need to take the average of all those values. So these are the two techniques with the help of which we are in a position to minimize the what we can say magnitude of gross error. So what we need to do, first thing is that we need to be very careful while taking the reading of unknown quantity, and second thing is that we need to take at least 3 or you can say more than 3 reading with the help of different instrument via different observer at different recording point, and finally we need to take the average of all those reading in order to have the actual value of unknown quantity. So these are the technique with the help of which we are in a position to minimize the effect of gross error. Now the second domain of error is nothing but systematic error. So frankly speaking, systematic error are further classified into three main domains. First one is called as instrumental error, second one is called as environmental error, and third one is called as observational error. Now what is instrumental error? Now if you see closely, the instrumental error are nothing but a type of error which occur in a measurement process because of the fault in the instrument itself. It may be possible because of its construction, or it may be possible because of malfunctioning of various components available in its what we can say system. So malfunctioning, or you can say maloperation of various components. Now what is the meaning of this? For example, if we are trying to measure a circuit current with the help of say ammeter, and if the ammeter is not constructed properly, then in that case it may possible that that ammeter may indicate the value other than the true value of a circuit current. Suppose the true value of circuit current is say 2 ampere, but because the ammeter is not constructed properly, it may indicate the value as 1.5 ampere, or it may possible that it may indicate the value as 3 ampere. So whatever the error which is caused by the instrument because of its improper what we can say operation, or you can say improper construction, so those type of error we are taking in account in instrumental what we can say error. For example, if you open any electrical instrument, in majority of the electrical instrument we required controlling torque indicated by symbol TC, and this controlling torque is in majority of the cases is produced by spring. Now suppose due to aging effect the strength of that spring is weak in nature. So what will happen if you use that particular instrument for the measurement of unknown quantity? In that case the instrument always read more value as compared to the actual value of unknown quantity. So that type of error we are going to take in account of instrumental error. In some cases it is also found that when the instrument is loaded to the given what we can say circuit, because of the instrument internal resistance, it will going to change the actual value of unknown quantity. That error is called as loading error, which we already covered in our previous lecture. So I am not going to tell in detail about the loading error, but the thing is that loading error is also included in the category of what? Instrumental error. Now how to minimize this error? The first thing which we need to do is we need to select such type of instrument which are accurate, or which are what we can say designed as per the standard specified by a company. Second thing is that we need to maintain, or we need to what we can say perform the maintenance of an instrument over a specific duration of time regularly. For example, we need to check various components of the instrument and perform its regular checkup over a specific duration of time. Then only it is possible to what we can say reduce the error offered by instrument. The second what we can say domain which comes under the category of systematic error is environmental error. Now in this type of error the reading of the instrument is going to change, not because of the instrument fault but because of the environmental condition. It may possible that in some cases if the instrument is placed in such an environment where the reading of that particular instrument is changes because of temperature, or you can say because of humidity, or because of say vibrations, or we can say that due to the external magnetic field, or you can say external electrostatic field. So if the instrument is placed in such an environment where the temperature of that particular environment, or you can say the humidity of that environment, or vibrations, or sometimes dust, or you can say external magnetic field or electrostatic field are going to change the reading of that particular instrument. So those type of error we are going to cover in environmental what we can say domain. Now how to overcome this particular type of error, or how to minimize the intensity of this error? These errors are because of what? The effect of temperature, humidity, vibrations, or external magnetic field or electrostatic field, which is going to affect the reading of that particular instrument. So what we need to do? We need to isolate our instrument from all these what we can say external factor. That is done by providing a proper shielding effect. For example, if we are having an instrument with the help of which we are trying to measure the circuit current, so what we need to do, we need to isolate that particular instrument by placing it in an airtight, what we can say, container. So with the help of that, we are in a position to reduce the effect of humidity, or you can say dust, on the performance of that particular instrument. In some cases, we need to isolate that particular instrument with respect to, say, external magnetic field by providing some cage surrounding it, so that the external magnetic field will not affect the internal distribution of its magnetic field available in that particular instrument. So with the help of those techniques, we are in a position to what we can say, reduce the error via environmental condition. Now there is one more, what we can say, type of error which we includes in systematic error, and that error is called as observational error. Now observational errors are basically caused because of human mistakes, but only because of its vision problem. For example, let us consider that we are having a scale of an emitter like this, 0, somewhere over here 2 ampere, and somewhere over here is, say, 1 ampere, and let us consider that the pointer indicate the value of circuit current is, say, 0.5 ampere. Now if the vision of observer is like this, so in that particular case the shadow of this pointer is coinciding somewhere over here in this way. So in that particular case, the observer may read the value of current as 0.6 ampere instead of 0.5 ampere. So this type of error we need to take under the category of what? Observational error. And normally these type of error are also known as parallax error. Parallax error. Now how to, what we can say, minimize these error? These error can be minimized first by using digital, what we can say, meter instead of using analog meter, because in digital meter we are having sophisticated digital what we can say, scale, and simply by looking the digits we are in a position to determine the value of unknown quantity. Second thing is that we can minimize these error when the pointer of instrument and the scale of that instrument are on the common, what we can say, plane. So these are the technique with the help of which we are in a position to minimize the effect of observational error. The last class of error, which is nothing but a random error. Now what is random error? Frankly speaking, in universe there are various factors which are going to change, or which are having a tendency to change the what we can say, reading of instrument. Some factors are known to us and some factors are unknown to us. Those factors which are known to us, with the help of which there may be a chances that the reading of instrument may get changed, we what we can say, gather in the category of, say, gross error, or you can say systematic error, instrumental error, observational error, or environmental error. But there are a lot of factors available in the universe which we don't have any idea, but because of their presence the reading of instrument is drastically going to change. Those type of error are what we can say, defined under the category of random error. And because we don't know the exact reason behind these type of error, it is impossible to do the mathematical analysis of such type of, what we can say, error. Sometimes these randoms error are also called as residual error, because these error are already, what we can say, exist there, but we don't know the exact reason behind their occurrence. Now in order to do the mathematical analysis of random error, we need to apply some statistical mathematical analysis. So that statistical mathematical analysis plays an important role just to decide, or just to, what we can say, identify the nature of this random error. So what are those statistical mathematical analysis that we are going to cover in the next lecture? So this is what about the error. So roughly I can say that errors are broadly classified into two, or you can say three main category. First one is called as gross error, second one is called as systematic error, and third one is called as random error. Gross error means what? The error which are caused because of human, what we can say, mistake, and these error can be minimized by taking careful reading, or you can say we need to pay very keen attention at the time of measurement process, and we need to take at least 3 or more than 3 readings, and finally we need to take the average of all those readings to reduce the effect of gross error. Then we are having systematic error, which are further classified into 3 categories: instrumental error, then observational error, and then environmental error. Instrumental error is caused because of the fault in the instrument itself, and this has to be overcome by selecting a proper instrument. Then observational error, this is due to the vision problem of that particular observer, which is nothing but parallax error, and this can be overcome by using digital, what we can see, instrument as compared to the analog instrument. And finally we are having the environmental error. Environmental error are due to the environmental effect on the reading of that particular instrument, and these errors are normally minimized by isolating our instrument from the existing environment. And finally we are having random error, whose reason, or you can say the factor behind that particular error, we don't know exactly, but they are capable enough to change the reading of that particular instrument. So those type of error we are dealing under the category of what? Random error. So this is what all about the classification of error. Thank you.